What's up, everybody? It's Frederick Douglass Bussey back for another whiteboard session. I am a business coach. I'm founder of Icon Status Consulting. We work with entrepreneurs and leaders to turn sandcastles into skyscrapers. And we have another whiteboard session today where we're going to talk about something that I love to talk about with my clients. And I think that it may be valuable for you in terms of running your business, scaling, growing, whatever the case may be. I hope that you find this valuable. I'm excited. Let's go. Today we're going to talk about how to turn obstacles into opportunities. And it requires a mind shift for a lot of you, even if you're running a company, managing it, whatever. There are certain ways that we think about things. And I want to be able to create a subtle shift for you that can help you to get more momentum in your business and to be able to grow things, accelerate your growth, and to be able to achieve your goals much faster. Without all the headaches and the frustration that comes. A lot of times we are banging our head against the wall trying to come up with solutions or just power our way through. And oftentimes, if we step back and take a look at things a little bit differently, it can create for us a whole other pathway of success. So the thing I want to talk about today is there is a concept called the theory of constraints, right? Of constraints. All right. And the thing about the theory of constraints is simple. It says that a business has built into it limitations, right? There are constraints that keep it from being able to grow or be more successful. And so when we think about it in this way, right? Let's say that you want to grow outward, right? So there's this desire to grow outward in your business. So we think of it that way, right? But if you think about it, there are certain limiting factors that are keeping you from being able to do that, right? So we put those as like these barriers, like, so we call that, this box, we will call it the constraints, right? These are the constraints that are there. And so the idea of a theory of constraints is that what you do is you will focus on breaking these constraints, right? Or you focus on the one that is the least. So let's say that, for instance, let's say that this one, you have one particular constraint, the one that is you can focus on that one the most, right? So you have the greatest level of constraint here, or the lowest level of constraint. But the idea is that you focus on one in particular to be able to eliminate it. So eventually you're able to grow in this area. So that constraint disappears, right? And so you're able to continue to grow here in this area, right? And then eventually you would work your way around other constraints and be able to just grow in other areas. Now, that's not what I'm talking about here today, though, because what I want you to do is to think about this in a different shift. What a lot of us do is we think of a constraint as a bad thing, and it's something to be worked against. We need to be able to knock that out to be able to eliminate the constraint. But what I'm saying is that, in fact, the constraint can be a good thing. And there are multiple ways that we can turn obstacles into opportunities. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about one in particular, right? So let's call this an obstacle versus opportunity. All right? Now, what we have is a desire to go in a particular direction, right? And so we want to go up. There's an obstacle, right? And what we do is we'll often say, we can't do this, or we've got to work really hard to create this. And there may be something else that's getting in our way. What I'm saying is that sometimes the obstacle is the new direction, right? And so if we learn how to pivot into the obstacle, we can actually create more success because there's a hidden barrier there. So I'll give you an example. There's a story, right? It's a perfect story. And maybe you've heard this before, but when the inventors of Viagra were testing it out, they were trying to come up with a drug, and the original application for the drug was a heart application, right? It was designed to limit or eliminate heart disease. And so they were testing it. In the trials, it was not successful at doing what they had intended for the drug to do. So they had designed it for one purpose, and it wasn't achieving that purpose. But what they found was there was a particular side effect that the participants in the study were finding over and over again, right? And so they realized that, hey, this is not the thing that we designed it for, but people are getting this other effect. And so what if we took this drug and we turned it into a drug that actually was designed to do this thing, right? And so, and of course, we all know, if you know anything about Viagra, the little blue pill, it helps men with dysfunction, sexual dysfunction, right? And so now you understand that, okay, this is a thing. There are many examples, countless examples over and over again of times when people design a product or a thing to create a certain outcome. And in reality, the side effect or the unintended outcome is a thing that actually it gains usage for, because that is what people learned and discover that it's really useful for that thing. But it's not easy to see that if you are focused on the disappointment of not being able to accomplish the goal that you set out for in the first place. So if you focus on the constraint, then it turns into a barrier which hinders your growth, right? And so it limits you in terms of what you're able to do. But if you learn to step back and reevaluate this from a distance, right? What is the thing that is working, right? What is the thing that is happening? How can I take this obstacle and turn it into an opportunity? And so there are many different ways you can do that if you're willing to make that shift in your perspective. One of the things that you can say, like, let's say that, maybe money is an obstacle, right? Or time is an obstacle, right? Maybe resources are an obstacle, right? So you're limited in terms of, let's say you're a farmer and you have limited in terms of water, right? Or maybe in terms of terrain. Maybe you're limited in terms of geographic location. How can you take that obstacle and turn it into an opportunity? What is a thing that you can see that others can't see, that can be staring you right in the face or hiding in plain sight? For instance, one of the reasons why this can be particularly helpful for you if you want to grow in an industry is that if you're seeing an obstacle, very often, so are your competitors. And they're all looking at the same obstacles. And very often, because people are conditioned, they're trained in the same schools, they grow up in the same environments, they see things the same way. They see those obstacles as impediments. And so they are trying to work around them or work through them, instead of pivoting and actually using the momentum from the obstacle to create even more momentum in their business and to grow exponentially. So you can actually crush the competition with the very same things that are crushing you if you learn how to lean into it. You can learn how to grow your business if you are looking at the things that are standing in front of you and start saying, how can I lean into this thing and make it something that is working for me? How can I become a leader in this category, a leader in the world, by using this obstacle that stands in the way of most people and turn it into an opportunity? So hopefully that's valuable for you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop those below. If you are watching this on YouTube, please smash the like button, thumbs up. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe, please. We can use all the subscribers to be able to spread the message, how we can help entrepreneurs and leaders to be able to become more successful, turn their sandcastles into skyscrapers, just like you're doing by watching this. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, great. If you're watching this on Facebook and the Facebook group as well, on our pages, I'm so glad that you are here supporting for just a second. Hopefully you find something valuable. If you do, drop that in the comments and let us know what you're discovering as well. That being said, we are always looking for new members for our Facebook group, 7-Figure Circle, $1 Million Mastermind. Feel free to check out the link. I'll drop that link here below as well. Make sure that you are checking us out. You can also catch out a lot of great content. We've got master classes that are going all the time. We're doing a free master class on Thursday, September 22nd at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which talks about fundraising. We're going to have Dan Adkins, who is a fundraising expert, to help you with your business and your nonprofit to be able to raise capital for your funds, capital for your business or your nonprofit. So we love to be able to see you there. So make sure you hop over. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can just click the link on my profile and it'll take you directly there. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, we can help you with your organization, your business, to be able to lean into your obstacles and turn those into opportunities. Maybe we should have a conversation and see if it's a good fit for us to be able to help you and work together. As always, I'm Frederick Douglass Bussey, and we are proud to be able to be here and serve you ever forward.